What up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the All-7 Fantasy Football Pod. I'm here with Nathan, I'm here with James, and we are back here at school, ready to go over this week's episode, the matchups from last week, these upcoming matchups, and all fantasy news. Nathan, welcome back.
Hi, guys. It's fun to be back. Obviously, I enjoy not being on the podcast because I get to listen to you guys. You know what I'm saying? I listened to the whole podcast last week. Mm-hmm. I thought it was awesome. Great insight, as always. But
Thanks, man.
I'm back.
Thanks. Well, we love having you on the show. Always love having more than two people on the show. James, how was your week, man?
Yeah, I had a good week. I'm really glad Nathan is here for this one.
Thank you.
I love recording
Yo,
with Nathan.
Can we clap it up?
Yeah,
Gosh,
I think
come on.
people at home too clap.
Thank you.
I don't care if you're in the gym. I know some people listen to this at any time of the day. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna clap because Nathan's here.
Yeah, because we're happy when Nathan's around.
Thank you.
I'm also just I'm glad for this week. We've kind of set we've struck gold here with the setup. I think we enjoy recording with this mic instead of the soundboard and all the stuff they have at school. And I like this, so
it's more chill. We're in my dorm room.
Pretty good.
I'm ready to get into it.
Let's get at it, guys. Let's get right into last week.
Yeah, last week.
James, why don't you start it off for us, dude?
Well, I guess if I'm gonna start it off, I'm just gonna go with my matchup.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I want to talk about it. Well, I really don't actually. So
yeah,
I lose to Aiden Good. I only put up 77 points. Nobody played well. I had to start DeAndre Hopkins this week. Got killed by buys. Mark Andrews, thank you for arriving to this fantasy season.
Dude.
He had 15 points on my bench. But honest to God, there's nothing else for me to say here. Yes, I did not start Ray Davis over James Cook because I honestly thought he was playing. I wasn't paying attention Monday night. I knew I lost. So this was just a terrible matchup, and I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It was a bad week for you.
If you start Ray Davis over Cook and
and Andrews
Cook
over Conklin,
you still lose.
He still lost. We did the math.
Yeah. I didn't even need to do that. I'm literally just I'm right?
Yeah, you
so
are.
Whatever.
It's a loss no matter what.
Yeah, it's just a tough week.
Aiden, your team was very unremarkable as well. You played average, and congrats, you won, and you put up 118.
That's about the biggest props you'll get.
Yeah, probably.
You played average. Well, I mean, looking, he really did, but he didn't really. Debo played well.
He missed his projected mark by 2 points.
Oh. Awesome.
Yeah. Who's next year? I don't want to talk about mine anymore. In all honesty, it sucks.
Let's just go over me and you, Nathan.
Yeah.
Let's just do that. Get that out of the way.
I'll leave you two to it.
I took the dub 119 to 106, but let's be honest. This was an injury bug game.
This was an injury bugged game, and it could have ended very badly for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it could have ended really.
It could have
badly
ended so badly for you.
Yo, I can't even freaking. Deontay Johnson, you actually saved me, and I traded you away. Like, thank you. Actually, thank you.
Breece Hall saved you.
Breece Hall, you saved me too. I mean, you saved me on the night. But to be honest with you, coming into this week, I was expecting more from Deontay Johnson than Breece Hall because Breece Hall's production's been so horrible. But he looked a lot better with the new offense, new coach. I think his numbers are gonna go down though because of that Devontae Adams trade, which we will get to later on in the episode. But yeah, I lucked out, man. I really did. I wish I started Allen Lazard, make it look a little bit better, and I think I was starting him, and I switched him out last second. I started in my other league, put up like 29 for me in that league. So you know what? This was just a battle of, can I beat your team when you're injured? The answer happened to be yes.
6 of my normal pieces were not playing, and I don't know how many lineup slots there are, but it's not many more than 6.
Yeah, and I mean, I only had 2 of my guys not playing. So
I started. Yeah, Tyrone Tracy's really good.
Yeah,
like
he's really
he will. He should. I'm not stupid to say he should split with Singletary when Singletary gets back. No,
I feel like he should as well.
Tyrone Tracy's good.
He'll either split or take him.
Yeah.
You know.
Tyrone Tracy played really well. I knew going into Monday night, Braylon Allen was probably gonna have a good game. The Bills get run all over.
Oh.
So either. Or no, not Braylon Allen, Breece Hall.
Yeah,
Breece Hall was gonna. I knew there was no chance. Like Breece Hall was gonna have a crazy game, or I was gonna win. Like there was no like.
There was
There was no in between. Other than that, there's not really much to say. I feel like Downs is kind of overtaking Pittman. Maybe that's kind of weird to see. I think he might be. That's kind of weird to see.
Yeah.
The only reason Trey did so well is because Marv went out in like the first quarter. So.
Yeah, Marv did go out with a concussion. That kind of screwed me a little bit.
Yeah.
Made me a little worried for a matchup. Like, more than a little worried, probably. And it makes me worried about my team, and I almost panicked and traded everybody away, but I didn't. I made one trade. We'll get into that later. But, yeah. Nathan,
Trades are for later. Other than that, I really got nothing. I'm missing a lot of guys.
Picked up a dub. I should be 4-2 right now, but my idiot self didn't start 2 Higgins 2 weeks ago against George. So, I am now 3-3. Let's move on. Niners QB room beats easy pickings 146-111. Holy shit. George, you lost by 30, dog.
Sean Stevenson is 4-2.
It's really insane to see, and honestly, like, he's really kept it together. I mean, there are a lot of guys that preseason were really just looked down upon. Like, I can't believe it, but I thought Derrick Henry was like honestly a much later pick.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he'd just hit a wall at some point. He's just been amazing.
Nope. No wall.
Tony Pollard was supposed to split with Tyjae Spears at the beginning of this year.
Spears is hurt, isn't he?
Spears.
Yeah.
I think
Spears
it's a little
got
bit.
hurt.
It's a little bit. He's hurt, and it's a little bit.
Tony Pollard's been good.
Tony Pollard's just better, more talented.
Didn't want to do that in his last year in Dallas, but I'll do it for.
No, yeah, he'll do it. He'll do it for the Titans. Don't worry.
And then,
So stupid.
And then, of course, he got Jaden Daniels, who I know a lot of people were high on, but you know, the rookie quarterback, you know,
He's
it's
been
risky.
insane.
And then obviously, he has the tight end that I like to get in late rounds, and that's Evan Ingram. I love him so much. He put up great numbers on pure receptions and yards, no touchdowns,
holy
almost
cow.
20 for a tight end.
I see that.
Guess how many weeks Brandon Aubrey has scored in 1-digit points without looking?
Oh.
0.
1-digit points?
0.
He scored 1-digit points without looking.
1 week.
He scored 1. And you know how many of that was that week?
What?
It was 9.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I tried to trade for him after that week, I think.
This is absurd.
No, like there's a reason when I did the power rankings. Remember when I put Brandon Aubrey on there?
Yeah.
Because he was unironically his leading scorer at the time.
It's not the it's not like it's not the quantity of field goals. He has.
I mean, it's a distance.
Yes, he has.
Well, it's a little bit of quantity too.
He has more than I think he has 8 from 50 plus.
That's insane. That's crazy.
That's absurd.
I mean, Dallas can't score a touchdown for the life of them, it seems, and so Brandon Aubrey's getting a lot of points fantasy wise. Stevie, that's actually a good draft pick. I remember being on TikTok and seeing fantasy leagues like jokingly draft Brandon Aubrey like super high.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
But like looking at it now, it's like this dude's averaging 14 points a game as a kicker. Like what the hell?
He's averaging more than like the average tight ends.
That might be the steal of the draft right there, Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah.
Like honestly, forget Chris Godwin, forget freaking J.K. Dobbins, Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah, I mean, good for you, Stevie. It's really worked out on a lot of guys that no one was high on, but obviously they have extreme value now. I mean, you got 2 running backs that are going to be projected like 17 plus a week at this point. And then you get to bundle it together with A.J. Brown, who's a touchdown machine. So, and then Evan Ingram won't really go below 10 points, I don't think, just with the amount of volume he sees, unless he's hurt, which he's dealt with. But props to you, Stevie. You have withstood a lot of hate and come out on top.
George didn't have a bad week. The Seahawks got lit up.
I mean,
George,
this isn't even his team anymore. So.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, the Noah Fant starts are getting impressive at like by now. Like, they're just getting like he's projected like 5 points every week and he'll walk away with a dozen. Like that's good production.
Yeah.
He didn't even play bad. But again, it's not even his team.
Yeah, he was gonna,
traded away his whole
yeah,
team.
George, like, bro, I don't know. We'll get to that later.
We'll get to that.
But damn, dude.
We'll get to that.
Moving on.
Those are just moves we'll get to that. Yeah.
Auto drafts roll out. Sheree, you beat Garrett Martini 129-90. Honestly, like, you're getting a little bit lucky. Not, like, insanely, because Stephon Diggs is still putting up numbers. But no Nico Collins means step up from Diggs, more points from Diggs. And you got that. You got 19.7, almost 20 points from Stephon Diggs. And Bijan finally had a good week.
Yeah.
And Njoku's stock will rise too now.
Yeah.
Because Cooper's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, sure.
B-Rob, Brian Robinson was out, and Eckler still only had 10 points. So that's
not good.
That's his ceiling, I'd imagine. Has he
Probably.
Has
No,
he scored more
had
than
a
that
he had
this
a
year?
good week.
He's had a good week.
He had one.
He had one good week where he had like 20 points.
Oh no, actually
Zero.
he 13.7.
Oh, that was the max that he had.
Yeah, his max. So that's about
He's washed.
the max you're gonna get from him. So at least like that going in, and you can plan for that.
Yeah.
But that's really what jumped out to me here.
I don't know. On the flip side, the first thing I noticed right away is just that your running backs didn't even show up to the games this week. I mean, Trey Sermon didn't even get out the car. Jerome Ford, I don't even think got in uniform. I think I could have put up more fantasy points than the both of these guys this week.
Low key, dude.
Just give me 2 screen passes, catch them both, and go straight down. Even with the negative yards, I think I outperformed Jerome Ford and Trey Sermon. So that doesn't help at all. Brandon Ayuk just continues to shit the bed. Good for Terry McLaurin. That's it.
Tucker Kraft only had 3.5. Shaheed might be out for the year. I think you just started the wrong guys. Like Christian Watson had 16 on your bench. Cole Kmet. Like that's stuff that's hard to read, I guess.
Especially with Christian Watson because it's been Jaden Reed.
Like between Watson and Kraft, you probably realistically choose one to start, and he started the wrong pair. Like he's started the wrong wide receiver tight end duo. So
yeah, but
that is the unfortunate part.
The running backs just don't pick him up whatsoever this week. So I don't even think it matters who he starts. I mean, I don't think he doesn't win this week.
No, he hit Kyron and Taylor are both on his bench, which now it's Brees and Kyron.
Yeah.
We'll get to that again. We'll get to that later.
Okay, moving on. Yeah. We got Vegas gamblers Aiden Kerr beating Smays Clit Flickers 148-138.
This was a great matchup.
Holy cow, high scoring. Both teams putting up a lot of points this week. Aiden Kerr, did he pick up Bucky Irving off waivers?
No,
he
definitely. I actually. Let me look at his.
Yeah. He added him from waivers. That's a great waiver wire pickup.
Did he actually add him from waivers?
Yeah, he did. Dude, that's a great start.
Yeah.
Aiden Kerr, good management, man.
September 7th.
He added him a little while ago.
3 Tampa Bay players in your lineup and it's working out. 17 from the Bucs defense. I mean, I would have tried to play the Bucs defense too. Like
Chris Godwin dropped another bomb too.
Yeah. Aiden Kerr, your team exploded, dude. Like actually exploded. I mean, 35.5 from Chris Godwin. It's hard to lose the matchup when someone on your team is putting up 30 plus points and your receivers are combining for damn near 60. Like,
yeah.
This is the week that you needed to beat Smays in a week. I mean,
I don't know. Smays players, I feel like there's a couple guys that outperformed their projections, but a lot of people kind of stayed around there.
In a week where Smays put up 138, putting up 148 is huge. Smays is going to put up numbers every single week. He's going to score a lot of points, especially with Devontae Adams now on the Jets. He's just sitting on his bench.
Dude, the thing that stuck out to me, and I was kind of watching this because I was watching the game. Zay Flowers had 22.4 points. You know how many points of those he had in the first half? 22.4.
Really?
He had nine receptions for 115 yards in the first half. And he had 0 the second half. So if he could have caught 3 more passes for 40 more yards. Like he might
That's
have found
actually
something.
yeah.
Like that's what sticks out to me. I somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I believe everything he had was in the first half. Like they were finding him in the first half, and they just didn't.
That's
use it
crazy.
in the
I
second
had
half.
no idea.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had like 9 catches for like 120 yards in the first half. That's what stuck out to me. Other than that, Sean Mays traded away Jordan Mason, which we'll get to later. Keenan Allen was on your bench, had 20. That's just hard to read.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen's like 40.
Yeah, I'm never going to start Keenan Allen. Don't feel bad about that.
Especially if you have Amon-Ra and Zay Flowers and Jordan Mason. I would start all 3 of those guys.
Yeah, I don't know. This was just a slugfest. Props to both of you. Smays, this sucks to lose. I mean, you look at your record, you're 3-3. You look at the team, it doesn't look like a 3-3 team. AJK, great job getting Bucky Irving out there. Didn't even score as many points as Sean Tucker, I don't think.
No, Sean Tucker had like 30.
Sean
Tucker had 30 points.
Player of the week, Sean Tucker.
Yeah.
Fantasy player of the week, Sean Tucker.
No, like he won.
He had the most.
He won player of the week. IRL.
Jesus. Well, I'm sure anyone who did like actually did anyone start Sean Tucker last week?
No.
Is there a Syracuse fan out there that started Sean Tucker?
If you're watching this and you're not part of this league, if you started Sean Tucker, go buy a fucking lottery ticket. Holy.
That's just a crazy start. Somebody just probably had Rachaad White and was desperate enough to do it.
Yeah.
That was something I would have even considered if I had thought about it. Because, like, I was going to start Rachaad White, and then he was doubtful and then hurt.
Well,
if I even thought about it, I would have slightly considered
hey, you live and you learn, Nathan.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time start Sean Tucker.
Who's next?
Congrats, Aiden Kerr. Moving on, we got Pray For Me. Nate Cominoli beating Free Zugels, Mr. Ramey, 148 to 120.
What we got here? Nate no longer has Najee Harris put up 20 for him.
Yeah, he found the end zone.
This was Mixon's first game back, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he had 27. That's how that's gonna go.
A good week from Tank Dell. That's what you traded him for.
Yeah.
You wanted to beat Mr. Ramey, and he definitely helps you do that. You put up 148. You would have beat, I'm pretty sure, every team in the league this week, Nate Cominoli.
Yes.
So
you would beat everybody, even Aiden Kerr.
Yeah.
Like point something.
Good for you. I see. Amari Cooper was in your flex last week. You would have loved for him to be a Bill last week. I know the Bills definitely needed him, but all I can say is Nate Cominoli, great job. However, Mr. Ramey, I have yet to predict a single matchup with you correctly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I have. So you're 2-4. That means twice I thought the player against you was gonna win, and you won. And that means 4 times I picked you to win, and you lost, and you did it again. So, Ramey, believe me, I don't want to be wrong about your matchup every week. Sometimes I feel like it's obvious, and it's just not. So, Ramey, I have a voodoo doll with all your players in my room, and I control your players. That's why this keeps happening.
I am his roommate. I can confirm that is true. The voodoo doll is creepy.
Hold up, yo.
Yeah.
Where it at?
It's got pins in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what else are we thinking about? Saquon had a dud. What are you doing?
You have a voodoo doll?
Yeah, he is a voodoo doll.
No,
it's not me. It's him. It's him.
To be fair, he couldn't start Malik Neighbors.
No,
he could not start Malik.
Which probably, if you were able to, this would have been actually a good game. This would have been closer. Like, sub out Brian Thomas, Malik Neighbors, he'll go and drop a quick 25. This game's a lot closer than.
Yeah, that's true.
He'd probably still lose with Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, he would have had to go off. I've been very encouraged by DeAndre Swift. I don't know if you guys have been noticing that.
He's been getting a lot of touches in Chicago.
Consistently, I think they realize they need to run the ball more in order for Caleb Williams to have success.
Brandon,
and both of those have gone hand in hand. He's ran the ball more. Caleb Williams has had more success. So, overall...
He's an ex-Eagle. You think Ramey wasn't taking him? Like, let's be real.
Ramey,
dude,
you just...
It pisses me
He's
off.
He's a former Eagle. You think he wasn't doing that?
It pisses me off how good Ramey's team is, bro.
Yeah.
He just won last year. You don't need to win this again, bro. Like, you actually don't. Like, chill.
I can't even lie, Ramey. You won last year, and you didn't even have that great of a team. Like,
Yeah.
did he?
What the hell?
I don't know.
Well, because he wants his money. He's like, give me my damn money.
Yeah, you want your money this year. I mean, more
Sign
power
him
to
the
you.
check. Sign him the check.
The problem is, if you have a good team, you can't win. That's how it happens.
It's usually how it goes. That's how Nate Cominoli ended
It'll
up
be
in second place last
Nate
year.
Cominoli with 7 guys off the waiver wire.
That was
Alright.
hilarious.
Well, those were last week's matchups.
No, oh yeah, wait, we got all of them.
We
this
got
time.
all of
Fuck
them. That was pretty smooth today. That was quick.
That was quick.
Yo, we got that done in like 20 minutes. That never happens. It usually takes like at least 40. I
Yeah,
swear.
well,
it
there's
usually
less
takes-
and less to say without repeating yourself week
That
by
is true.
week. You know what I
That
mean?
is true. How is everybody's week? Like IRL week.
IRL week.
Yeah.
Oh, we were home.
Yeah, we were home.
I liked being home.
It's awesome.
I woke up in my twin XL bed this morning. That's raised extremely high, and said out loud, "I want to be home," because man, waking up in my bed at home was so much different than that.
You're telling me,
Like
man. I have
I,
a queen over in my crib.
yeah, same, bro.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's my bed right there. Listen, you have a torn ACL. That is not comfortable. Like, it is not. Like, I need my space when I'm sleeping.
yeah. I sprawl out, dude. You know, and I don't have a tornado. Nathan, you got it.
Oh, did you tear your ACL?
No.
Well, how is sleeping at?
Oh,
were you
yeah.
even at your house? What?
I was at my house.
Yeah, tell
I
people
did
about your
not-
week.
Yeah,
I
tell
did
people
not
about your-
sleep in my bed. I
Oh.
let my girlfriend sleep in my bed.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you. That's
Is it how
good man.
how mom's rules? You can't sleep
Yeah,
in the same
no.
bed.
Well, that and also like I'm not gonna make her like I'm not gonna have her sleep on the couch.
no.
I'm-
I think
I'm not gonna do that.
probably, that's just the gentleman thing to do.
I'm somewhat of a gentleman.
Yeah.
So there was that, and then Yanks didn't play. Thanks. Yanks didn't play Game 5, so we didn't go to the game. We're going to Game 5 of the ALCS instead. Booyah!
But that's not
So,
happening.
It's not happening because they're gonna sweep.
Dude, Kayla's going to be so sad.
Yeah,
She's going to be pissed.
I don't care. My Yanks are going to the World Series. So
Yanks are going to the World Series
if
though.
that happens, we're going on Saturday. I don't want it to. I don't think it will. But if it does, I'm going.
That'd be pretty sick.
But the week was cool. It was nice. It was
Yeah.
nice to be home.
It was
I didn't
really
get to
nice
see a
being
ton of
home.
you because I was hanging out with Kayla. But yeah.
Yeah, I love seeing you guys at home, and I love being home. Like honestly, like
Amen.
I'm still doing schoolwork here. You know what I mean? Like,
Y'all already know when Austin Townley's home. Austin Townley's with the fellas when he's home, bro.
yeah,
That's all I do is hang out with you guys, you know. My
have
house is usually
have people over.
Yeah, my house is usually an open crib whenever I'm around, so took advantage. Watched some football, watched some baseball, played some poker.
Yeah.
Went to your house one night. That was a really fun time.
Yeah.
Got surprised by Jamie.
I didn't.
That was
oh
sweet.
my gosh, saw Jamie Hamlin.
Dude, Jamie Hamlin is such a W man for showing up.
Yeah, and Simon, thanks for bringing him.
Yeah, Simon, thank you.
I don't actually. Simon doesn't watch this. He doesn't even. He's not
Jamie, you
a
might watch this. You subscribed, but I doubt you're
Jamie,
gonna watch it.
Jamie subscribed.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Yes,
subscribed.
Jamie subscribed. We have subscribers in two
like and
different states
subscribe.
now.
That. Oh yes.
This is
Oh!
awesome. We're getting into like different states and area codes and stuff. This is sick.
Jamie, spread the word, bro.
Yeah, dude. Get
Yeah.
some of your like
Have
wherever
Todd
you are,
subscribe.
friends to join. Yeah.
Todd.
Todd would subscribe.
Yeah.
Have Charlie subscribe too.
Charlie as well.
Oh,
subscribe.
bang! Good
Uh-huh.
idea.
Yeah.
So there's a few trades that happened.
There
in the
were a few
NFL.
trades.
Yeah, let's get back.
So-
talk about some trades.
So I woke up. What morning was it? Was it holy shit! Was it Tuesday morning? Yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Woke up Tuesday morning. And was that the Devonta Adams trade?
yes.
I woke up to a text from James, and he goes, "Yo, that Breece Hall trade you made with Garrett Martini, like, that's looking pretty good now that Devonta Adams is on the Jets. Like, that might take away touches for Breece Hall." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" I had no idea what you were talking about. So, like, I go on Twitter, I literally just look up Devonta Adams, and all I see is Devonta Adams traded to the Jets, reunion with Aaron Rodgers, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw the clip of him, like, pulling up to Aaron Rodgers' crib on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah.
And that was pretty sick. So I'm excited to watch that. But how do you think he's gonna perform fantasy wise, Devonta Adams? Do you think he's gonna be about average or be like that? Have like who was it that traded mid season to the Patriots and had a crazy year? Was that Deion Sanders?
Oh, dude.
You're asking the wrong guys.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. But as far as Devontae goes...
Talking about... I don't know if Randy Moss was traded.
It was Randy Moss.
It was Randy Moss.
It was Randy Moss.
Yeah, Randy Moss. It just sounds like something he'd do.
As far as Devontae goes, I don't want to say, like, him and Garrett will probably be, like, even, but Garrett's, like, a crazy, insane athlete. I'm not saying... And like, Devontae is, too, but, like, now there's two of them. They can use both of them. Devontae does not need to be 1A. Like, they can be... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Like, it doesn't... It'll definitely hurt Garrett Wilson, but I don't think it'll hurt him that much. Like, it's just another guy you can throw to. I don't know. Like, people are saying Devontae is going to skyrocket and Garrett Wilson's going to go... Like, I don't think that's going to happen. Garrett Wilson's still insane.
Yeah, I think Devontae Adams he'll put up Devontae Adams numbers. He's got Aaron Rodgers with him. Garrett Wilson will still put up Garrett Wilson numbers. He's got Aaron Rodgers thrown to him. I think Alan Lazard, however...
Dude, I'm so pissed.
Like Mike Williams, he was on my bench because I thought if Garrett Wilson got hurt, maybe he could step up and have, like, a couple 10, 13-point weeks. Mike Williams is droppable.
Mike Williams...
He's not... You would never pick him up off
He's
waivers.
not even, like, reading his playbook.
Yeah,
like Lazard will still play, but Mike Williams is...
He's gone.
Yeah, and
eradicated.
And Lazard, same thing. I think you can almost just drop him to waivers at this point. It's like starting Tyler Boyd from the Bengals. They've got Higgins and Chase over there. You think this isn't going to be the same exact scenario?
No, I don't think he's going to be playable, Alan Lazard.
No,
but I think I'm going to keep him on my bench just cause in case.
In case someone gets hurt.
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I'm saying.
In case someone gets hurt, that's smart. Devontae's still a little older. Like, he could pull something. I don't know. Like, keeping Lazard is a good idea. He's not droppable, but he's certainly...
Because he's also... I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers likes Lazard more than Garrett Wilson.
I would agree with that.
They put out a stat.
He's got way more touchdowns than Garrett Wilson.
I disagree, though, because they put out a stat that said out of every wide receiver in the league, Garrett Wilson has the most targets going into last week.
Before last week,
yeah.
He did.
Yeah. A stat that
doesn't
you
even
wouldn't
seem like...
You wouldn't
doesn't
even think.
Seem real. It
no,
sounds like
because
it would be Malik Neighbors.
They said it on Monday. They said it on Monday Night Football that was the case going into last week.
Damn.
Crazy.
Do you think? Now, how do you think it's going to affect Smates' team?
No. Well,
Because
now
he
I
has
got to pull up
Devontae
Smate's
Adams.
team.
Oh yeah, it's Garrett Wilson. Yeah, it's Garrett Wilson. Malik Neighbors is kind of low, but like those targets will go away, and some of them will go to Devontae Adams. But both of them will still be playable and be decent fantasy.
I think what you'll see is less targets for both of them, but I think just in terms of how the defense has to defend them, you'll see a way better catch rate. You'll see 6 catches on 8 targets, but for 120 yards, and I think both of them could put up that same exact line.
Like every game.
They'll be able to do more with a catch, too, because they'll be more spaced out. It spaces out the defense.
It's basically like Cincinnati's wide receiving.
That's what I was trying. That's
when,
what I was
when
saying.
T. Higgins came back, that opened up
It
everything for
opens
Jamar
up
Chase.
everything.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So that I think might be a similar scenario there. I think that's best case scenario for sure, because T. Higgins and Jamar Chase both
They could
are
be
dogs.
ones on two. If they're on different teams, T. Higgins is one.
Yeah.
I think Devontae Adams is a little overhyped to the Jets.
Yeah. Was that a hot take?
Yeah, that's part of the hot takes. I think he's a little overhyped. He's like 36.
I'll say he's over. I'll agree with you in one sense, but disagree with you in another sense. Fantasy wise, I don't think you can overhype Devontae Adams. I think he's still that guy. He's just got some of the best hands that anyone in this league has seen. However, I think he is overhyped in terms of actually turning the Jets' season around. I mean, I don't think just getting another offensive weapon makes this team unbeatable, especially a 34-year-old offensive weapon.
Yeah.
I don't know how old he is.
31.
31. Sorry. So he's not that old actually. But I don't think this fixes their season. I think the Jets still have some work to do, and that started with not firing Robert Saleh against his favorite team to coach against. I mean, I think they beat the Bills if they had Robert Saleh on Monday. So just a boneheaded move by pretty bad organization, to be completely honest. But they are showing they have the initiative to change something about their season. They're going to get Devontae Adams. So I guess we'll see how that impacts their season. But I don't think it helps them win that many more games.
Yeah. Well, it's starting. How many field goals did the Jets miss last night? Did they miss 2 field goals?
Monday it was 2.
Monday it was 2. Like, that's Saleh. I don't know if the coach is different, but
I think
he might not choose to kick those because he knows it was hella windy, wasn't it?
Well,
Was it raining?
That, but I think it's more on the defensive
It's
side.
more on
With
the
Saleh.
defensive, okay.
Saleh was like a mastermind
He
against
was
Josh Allen in that sense.
Was he a DC in San Fran, or was he in? I can't remember if he was DC or an OC in San Fran.
DC, but I
But he knew how to defend Josh Allen.
He knew I don't think Josh Allen ever won against the Jets in, I guess it's Jersey, right?
Yeah,
in Jersey.
Technically Jersey.
I don't think Josh Allen ever had a good game or won until that Monday.
It also doesn't help him that Hassan Reddick is still holding him.
No, it doesn't.
What else we got? What else?
Yeah.
We thinking?
So another hot take we have here.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper completely fixes the Bills in one move. The Bills are going to be back on top at the AFC where they belong, not over the Chiefs, of course, but maybe this brings us to even contention with the Ravens, a team that maybe we could possibly keep up with. But there's a lot of times, especially during the Jets game, because they have such good coverage from their DBs, there's a lot of third downs where it's like even 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, you can't run the ball. And they know that the Bills are going to pass, but they would blitz 6, 7 guys. And even with one-on-one coverage with every wide receiver on the field, there was still a DB right on everyone's hip. There's just no separation. There's nobody that the Bills could go to and say, he's going to be open on his route probably no matter what because he's Amari Cooper. No, they didn't have that. So there's a lot of third downs that we ended up having to punt because they just sent a lot of pressure.
The only time that happened where they would rush 5 or 6, Josh would roll out right or left, and then he actually found somebody was with Ray Davis, 50
Funny
yards
enough.
downfield with Ray. That's the only time. Keon can't do that. He can't get separation. Shakir couldn't do that. His ankle was busted up, and he's a slot receiver. Amari would play on the outside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy where if a play is breaking down and Josh rolls out to the right, Josh doesn't have to sacrifice his body just to get 4 yards for a first down. He can find Amari Cooper, and that's huge.
And I mean, you watched him at Dallas. I mean, he's a fantastic route runner. He's open a lot.
He's got great hands.
Yeah. I will say it's also going to open a lot of things up for Shakir because he's going to be open more in the slot. I mean, he's going to be playing the slot.
That's just how it's meant to be. He's not the lead guy.
I think this is a bigger move affecting your the team as a whole in the NFL bigger than the Devontae Adams trade because they didn't have a guy like Amari Cooper, the Bills. They didn't have a guy like him that they could just go to right off the bat this season. Mm-hmm. They realized that, oh shit, we need a receiver. They thought they could just go in with these rookies and Shakir and just be like, hey,
yeah,
let's
saw
see what we got.
And the Bills,
they saw they have nothing.
At the beginning of each game, they would try to get Shakir the ball early, and then they tried to get Kincaid the ball early. Yeah. This is the guy you get the ball early to.
Yeah, and maybe he actually does something with it. I don't know. It is a hot take for a reason. I don't think I hope just Amari Cooper fixes the Bills, but there's still a lot of stuff they have to address. There's safety needs on defense. DeMar Hamlin, I love him, but I don't think he should start because, he can't play every snap. And then when you call for a backup, you have Cole Bishop, who just drafted, white safety, coming in, and I'm not very confident in him.
White safety?
Yeah, white safety. And then we also have needs on the defensive line that we have to adjust and try to stop the run. But how does this Amari Cooper being traded to the Bills? How does this affect
LeBron's legacy?
Nate Cominoli's fantasy.
Nate Cominoli's fantasy team.
This changes a lot, to be honest with you, in my eyes. You look at Nate Cominoli's team over in fantasy. Let me pull it up. He was struggling to start the year. And now he got back Joe Mixon from injury reserve. He got Drake London to stay consistent. He's got this Tank Dell rental for 4 weeks. Tank Dell slides into the flex, and then Amari Cooper goes into your wide receiver 2 spot. That leaves him with a lineup of Jalen Hurts, probably Jordan Mason that he just picked up, Joe Mixon, Drake London. It would be Amari Cooper, Sam Laporta, Tank Dell, Bengals defense, and Chris Boswell. That's a pretty good lineup. That's a very competitive lineup, and I think that's going to bring Nate a lot of wins. Although when Tank Dell is no longer the wide receiver 2 and is back to the 3, I think that'll change some things. And I think Nico Collins will come back and pick up where he left off.
Yeah.
Only one can pray.
And we kind of touched on it. Adams being traded to the Jets for Smay's team. Meh. It's not moving you.
I'm going to say meh. Not really doing too much for me.
Austin, I also saw some news possibly that Cooper Kupp is playing. Is he playing?
Is Cooper Kupp playing football?
Guys, Cooper Kupp is going to come back this week, I'm pretty sure. Now.
And if he doesn't this week, it's definitely next week.
Yeah, if he doesn't this week, it's definitely if he doesn't this week, it's definitely next week. And I need...
You were waiting for this.
Bro. Cooper. Dog.
He's listening right now. You
Homie.
Tell him. Yeah.
I need you so bad. My fantasy team right now is actually down bad if I don't have you. Because if I don't have you and I don't have Marv, you might as well just drop my whole team off waivers. That's what I got to say. Please come back, Coop. I love you, bro. I'm wearing a jersey today. Reppin'.
Yeah. For sure.
That's my little sentiment to Cooper Kupp.
Thank you for this. Yeah, you're welcome. We'll have Sean Stevenson DM him and send him that.
Do you guys want to talk about now, instead of IRL trades?
Ooh, let's get
Fantasy
fantasy trades.
Okay.
There's a lot this week. There's a lot that got cooking.
All right, well, the first one we got on our board involves Mr. Marvin's Room, Austin Townley himself. Why don't you take that away for us, break it down? What did you see?
So, all right. Essentially, oh man. Essentially, I'm pretty worried about Breece Hall. To be honest with you, I kind of feel like I might have panicked a little bit because I saw that Braylon Allen was getting a lot of touches in the backfield. But I wanted to ship him out and get something good in return, at least a stud in return. So I traded him for Jonathan Taylor, and I tried to get Terry McLaurin involved in this trade, but Garrett wanted T. Higgins, and that's just somebody I'm not willing to give up. I unfortunately made the mistake of giving up Deontay Johnson as well. That's I don't know, that's the biggest question mark for me in this trade.
So you don't feel good about this?
I'm very meh.
Are you very meh because of last night, or you're very meh in general?
I'm very meh because in general.
Okay.
Because Deontay Johnson put up 20 points again with Andy Dalton. So that's a little, like, I feel like that was kind of a stupid-ass trade. I could have gotten Terry McLaurin. But, yeah, so the full trade was, I traded Garrett Martini, Bryce Hall, Deontay Johnson, Breece Hall. Bryce Hall is like bare-knuckle boxer.
Yes.
I traded you Breece Hall.
A bad one at that.
Yeah, Deontay Johnson, and who else was it?
Raheem Mostert.
Raheem Mostert in return for Jonathan Taylor and Brandon Ayuk. Or Ayuk.
Well, I mean, Ayuk has been bad, and there's certainly a lot of reason to believe that he's going to continue to be bad. But, if he's a shell of his former self that he was last year, then I think he's still going to give you some value. I think he honestly wakes up and gives you value equivalent, if not greater, to Deontay Johnson this year. And then, it's just about Jonathan Taylor staying healthy. It's going to be hard to tell who wins this trade, especially if people end up having injuries. Like, I know Jonathan Taylor will probably be out for at least one more week this year just with something.
I hope.
The same could be said for Breece Hall, just because of his usage is honestly it's up a lot, and running backs just don't stay healthy that long. Nathan, what do you think about this trade?
Adam Thielen.
Oh, he's been hurt.
He gobbled up targets last year.
Yeah, he did.
That's
on
true.
the Panthers.
He did.
So if he comes back, Deontay Johnson could go down.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
his fantasy value could go down.
That's true. And Debo's
right?
kind of made of glass too. He could get hurt again,
Yeah.
and Ayuk. You know, when Ayuk had a 20-point game when Debo was out,
Yeah.
or was it his? Actually,
I don't even know if.
no, I
I
think
don't
that
even
was his
know.
first week back where Brandon Ayuk
Yeah.
had that 20-point.
Well, oddly enough, it's just kind of that that wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 kind of thing where when you have the 2, the 1 gets better.
Opens
you know?
up a lot.
But honestly, I think this is a very fair trade.
I think it's fair too. Thielen's targets first 3 weeks 4, 3, 5. I'm not sure if the last week he was injured during the game, but so he doesn't get a crazy target share, but it's definitely there, and they wanted to get him the ball. So like Johnson's fantasy value could go down when Thielen comes back. It could
true.
not. Nobody really knows. So it's not it's a pretty. Yeah, the word I would use is meh.
Meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a fair word to use. It's a fair sound.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Moving on to the next trade.
Yeah, we got Easy Pickens.
Oh my God.
He traded away Kyler Murray, J.K. Dobbins, and C.D. Lamb to the Vegas Gamblers in order to obtain James Conner, Lamar Jackson, and Garrett Wilson. Let's get some initial thoughts from you guys. You read this trade on your screen.
I would like somebody else to go first. It's still a lot to digest. This trade was made pre Devontae Adams, correct?
No,
It was made
post.
post.
This was probably 2 hours after the trade.
It was made. Did George know?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess I'll go first. I know a lot of people hate this trade just because George gave up C.D. Lamb, and we know C.D. Lamb can be the best receiver fantasy-wise in the league, even over someone like Tyreek Hill or Jamar Chase. That just hasn't been the case. So I do understand George kind of panicking a little bit, and he'll probably tell you he didn't panic on CD. I think this is what panicking looks like.
You panicked.
But J.K. Dobbins has had a couple good weeks. That's about as high of a value he's going to get. So I see good reason to trade J.K. Dobbins away. And then, you get a really good upgrade at quarterback. You get Lamar for Kyler Murray. And then running back-wise, you get James Conner for J.K. Dobbins. I think if the Cardinals can kind of figure out how to run the ball even a 25% better, then James Conner beats out J.K. Dobbins. And, I mean, that's just clear cut. I think anybody in the league will tell you the CD is better than Garrett Wilson. But,
yeah.
You can see how if some things go your way, you win 2 smaller pieces of that trade but lose the big one. What do you guys think?
I think, George, you just did a lot to get Lamar Jackson. Because that was your ultimate goal. No, George loves Lamar. We all know George loves Lamar. And you knew that I wasn't going to give you Marv, so you just traded Kyler Murray away.
He wanted that stack.
He wanted the stack.
He wanted that stack.
I think Aiden Kerr won the trade because I honestly think you might have panicked a little bit on CeeDee Lamb. He looks bad right now, but it's week 7, and he's had 20-point games in there, so I feel like that Garrett Wilson for CeeDee Lamb might come and bite you in the butt. Jesus, I don't know. Bro.
I don't know either. J.K. Dobbins worries me. Are the wheels gonna is he gonna get hurt? Are the wheels gonna fall off?
I don't
I'm not
know,
sure.
dude.
For me, it's less of him getting hurt, which obviously is an issue, but I think that's it's an issue with any running back in the NFL.
That's a very
that they
good
could
point.
go down.
J.K. Dobbins tore his Achilles.
Yes,
That's like the
but-
worst injury in sports.
But I will say the glaring thing about J.K. Dobbins, and I did tell George this when I was at your house this weekend, Austin, is that, I mean, Gus Edwards gets the goal line, and if J.K. scores, it's usually because he makes a big play happen. And someone in particular that made a lot of big plays happen last year, which led to his value being completely blown out of the water this year, is Travis Etienne. It was the same exact thing last year. He made a lot of big plays happen and had some great fantasy production. But I think it leads people to believe, he's just that great. He can do it every week. J.K. Dobbins for sure isn't a guy who can do it every week.
Yeah.
So
the
receptions are there. He gets the volume, but it's not without a touchdown. He's very middle of the line for a running
You have
back.
to run into an explosive play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I get that. That makes sense.
Next trade?
Yeah.
Is this between Smays and Nate Caminoli?
Yeah.
All right, so Smays, you traded away Jordan Mason and Trey Tucker to receive from Nate Caminoli Najee Harris and Xavier Worthy.
I don't know who Trey Tucker is. Am I
No,
stupid?
I don't either.
Am I not a bad
Nate.
fantasy player? I don't know who
No,
Trey
no,
Tucker is.
No, who's
I-
Trey Tucker?
You know who he is? He's the wide receiver 3 on the Raiders. So this is the part where I have to sit here and shit on you, Nate, because okay, George, you were in the group chat talking crazy, saying Austin, you're known as the worst trader, all blah blah blah. How can you say that when Nate's making trades like this on like a weekly basis?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know who Trey Tucker was.
Literally the wide receiver 3 on the Raiders.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Jordan Mason's the big, the bigger.
But giving up
Piece.
Najee Harris and Xavier Worthy, that's a wide receiver 1 and a RB1 for Jordan Mason, who's going to be there till week 10 until Christian McCaffrey comes back, and freaking Trey Tucker. Who the hell is Trey Tucker? Like Nate Caminoli, I'm sorry, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Like why did you make this trade?
So, honestly, I think there's only one reason that he would make this trade, and it's that I'm not sure Nate believes that CMC is gonna come back. Nate Caminoli. I think he has a hunch, and that's purely it. Is that he has a hunch that CMC won't come back, and he'll have Jordan Mason for the rest of the season. If that's the case, I think you clearly win this trade. Xavier Worthy has very little fantasy value in my eyes. I really hate Xavier Worthy fantasy-wise. I have not even just me as a Bills fan, I would never start him. I think you could easily get a 0-point week from him. He's a wide receiver 1 in a position where he's not really able to succeed. I mean, Juju Smith-Schuster was thrusted into that wide receiver 1 looking role for Kansas City because Xavier Worthy doesn't have it. Yes, he'll have some big touchdowns. He kind of reminds me of Jamison Williams. I mean, are you going to start Jamison Williams every week? No. And Najee Harris, talk to Aiden Good about him. You know, last year he had to suffer through Najee Harris never finding the end zone. And I guarantee you, if Najee Harris had a 20-point week last year, Aiden Good would have flipped him like that. Yeah. That's exactly what Nate Caminoli did. I think he very much so flipped Najee as soon as he had a good week. And for Xavier Worthy, I mean, I hate him, but Smays, I hope it works out. I hope it works out for you.
Okay, so Trey Tucker has had. I'm sorry, I can't get off this. Trey Tucker has had He's had a 22-point week.
He's had 22 points.
He's had a 22-point week followed by a 15-point week.
Wow.
Every other week has been 4-3-4-0.
Dude, that was against Carolina and Cleveland.
It was against that's what I'm saying. It was against Carolina and Cleveland.
Dude, he cooked, yo.
He has
Carolina
2 touchdowns on the year.
Yep.
One of them being a 3-yard rushing touchdown.
Oh, they were both against Cleveland. They were both against Cleveland. Both of his touchdowns.
No, one of them was against Carolina.
No, they were literally both. Oh, my fault.
Yeah, one of them was against Carolina. The one against Cleveland, 3-yard rushing touchdown, which is totally repeatable and great fantasy value.
Yeah, a rushing touchdown from Trey Tucker.
Yeah. That's a great. Yeah, that's 7 of the points right there.
I might put $50 on that.
On Trey Tucker
it's just such a surefire bet on a Trey Tucker rushing touchdown.
That's 50 to never work again. To never have an economic worry in your life.
Yeah,
I'm
50
done. What's
to
next?
All right, next trade. This trade's pretty irrelevant.
Yeah, we don't got to talk about this for very long.
We'll just go over
I
it.
also didn't understand this either. I'm so confused.
So Clint Flickers trades away Jerry Jeudy and Geno Smith to the Niners QB room for Javonte Williams. I think the big attraction here is Jerry Jeudy being now the wide receiver 1. However, in my opinion, I mean, if Amari Cooper can't produce as the wide receiver 1 for Cleveland, why would Jerry Jeudy be able to?
I don't know. We'll leave it up to Stevie to find out.
And as for Javonte Williams, I mean, everyone's been
sucks.
excited about him,
He
but he's
sucks.
a bum.
Another one of them bums that I gave you for David Montgomery. Again, thank you, Stevie.
And oof. That's why. Sorry, Nathan. I've interrupted you twice at this point.
I have like zero things to say. I was gonna say something stupid. Go ahead.
I was just like
I was literally gonna say something stupid.
That maybe that's why everyone shits on your team so much, Stevie, is because man, that was bad. That first trade you gave Austin all the hope that he has, in all honesty. Because getting someone like David Montgomery for essentially free.
I gave you a bag of chips and 2 apple cores, bro. Like, I mean, maybe Jacoby Myers now isn't. You could say he's the bag of chips because chips are better than apples, but he's still not great.
Nathan, what were you gonna say?
On the kind of apple.
If it's a Honeycrisp.
When the Bills got Amari Cooper, I don't know, I was just bored. I went and watched Amari Cooper highlights. Deshaun Watson is so bad. Like, he's an awful thrower. Like, he is horrible. How do you expect Jerry Jeudy to produce when Amari Cooper couldn't?
Dude, what do you mean?
Deshaun Watson is horrible.
Dude, it's Jerry Jeudy.
I had Jerry Jeudy last year. Don't play that game with me.
Like,
he's so bad. We've entered the realm where like these guys are like so bad that I don't even know if it should be like a 1 for 2. Like, I can't fully wrap my head around how this trade should even work.
How long did this deal take to get done? About 4 seconds? Did either of you guys even think about like if
Geno
it was
Smith kind of is high scoring, isn't he? Like, stupid.
Not recently.
No.
Not recently? Okay.
No, he doesn't throw for enough touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the trades in fantasy where I like literally I can't understand what's going on.
This is like a boy with the hell boy. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Do you guys want to go into our quick picks?
Yeah, let's get into quick picks and wrap it up.
Let me get a quick refresher on last week's quick picks. What an abysmal performance from both me and Austin.
Oh my God.
Last week, Austin went 1 for 6 on his quick picks. The only one he got right was himself. I went 3 for 8. Not much better. And the ones we got wrong were we both took George over Stevie. That Stevie pulled that one out and scored a lot of points. We also both had Smays over AJK. That didn't work out. And then, of course, I had Ramey to win. And that didn't work out. So, very bad. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can do better this week. Austin, you're the one who needs to prove something this week. What do you have for your quick picks week 7?
Oh man, let me look at your computer because it didn't ever send over to me.
I would have chosen all of last week's correctly. I just want to let you guys know that.
Shut up! You went on the show. Shut up! Shut up!
All of them and the point totals too.
Hey, I'm gonna do my quick picks now. Is that cool with you guys? Or?
Yeah, that's cool. Go ahead.
All right, my picks this week. Garrett versus Let James Cook. I got Garrett. It's kind of crazy, I feel like, but whatever. Aiden Good versus Stevie. I got Stevie. Stevie been putting up a lot of points every week, so I'm gonna choose to believe in you now. Smays versus Sheree. I got Smays. Free Zookles Ramey versus Aiden Kerr. I got Aiden Kerr. Easy Pickens versus Reeds in the Wind. George versus Nathan. I've got Easy Pickens. Marvin's Room versus Pray For Me. Austin versus Nate Caminoli. Marvin's Room, baby. And you know what? Matchup of the week.
Yeah, but you
Book
know
it.
Is that universal matchup of the week for us? Because that was my matchup of the week too. Okay, I'll put it at the top.
Yeah. Also, my matchup of the week. Is Marvin's Room versus Pray For Me.
Yeah, mine is too.
I've got Marvin's Room. However, I went back and forth on Nate a lot. I think the possibility that Marvin Harrison Jr. plays, I'm still not sure if it's actually likely, but if Marv does play, I think Austin pulls that one out, and for that reason, I do have Austin. We're recording this show on a Wednesday, so hard to tell injury-wise for who's going to play. Got to give us.
Cardinals play Monday too, right?
You got to give us the benefit of the doubt.
Yes, they play Monday.
So we still wouldn't know.
between me and Garrett, I mean, let's just be honest. My team's really looking horrible without Tua to throw to Tyreek. So I've got Garrett. The process, Mr. Aiden Good against Niners QB room, Stevie. Give me Stevie. Stevie, I think I've finally instilled some faith in you. Clint Flickers against Auto Drafts. It's just kind of hard to pick Sheree. I don't know if I've ever picked Sheree. Maybe a couple times. Not even because his team's. It's not bad. It's just it's just boring. Give me
Sorry, I love
Smaze.
you, bro.
Yeah,
Open my text. Damn.
Yeah, I kind of want to trade with you too, Sheree. I can't even lie. Give me the Vegas Gamblers against Mr. Ramey. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just, you know what I'm referring to. Don't do it. Easy Pickens against Reeds in the Wind. Easy MF Pickens. Nathan, take it away with your picks for this week.
Okay, so we're doing a little ASMR picks of the week here. I'm not sure how this is going to sound, but first of all, it's D&D against Led James Cook. I'm going to go with D&D for this week. Next, The Process against Niners QB room. Sean, you suck. I'm going The Process. Next is the Clint Flickers against Auto Drafts Rollout. I'm going to take the Clint Flickers. Sheree, your team is boring. Thank you for the snaps. Next is Free Zookles against Vegas Gamblers. I like Mr. Ramey. I'm going with Free Zookles. Oopsie. And finally, or not finally, second to last, Easy Pickens against Reed in the Wind. My team blows. I'm picking. I'm going with Easy Pickens. And then the matchup of the week, it'll be Marvin's Room against Pray For Me. The previous two, my two successors, have chosen Marvin's Room. Nate, you are my homeboy. I am choosing Pray For Me, but that's not why I'm choosing you. I think your team is gonna beat Austin's, not because you're my homeboy. But I think I do think you're gonna win.
And just so you know, like Nate, Nathan is not your homeboy. He's just
No, he's actually lying, straight to your face.
He is not your homeboy, Nate Commodore. He's lying.
We graduated from the same MCAA.
Okay, well, finishing up quick picks, that's going to do it for this week's episode.
Pillager State.
Okay. Thanks for tuning in for Week 7 of All-7 Fantasy Football. Now, James and I are starting our own basketball show. It is called Net Gains on YouTube. Shameless plug. Feel free to tune in. That's going to start next week for the NBA basketball season. We're going to talk NBA and Bonnie's basketball, so be sure to tune in. Episodes will be weekly, as same as keeping up with this. So don't worry, guys. This podcast is not going anywhere until the season ends. And thank you for tuning in. Feel free to do the form so I can get the power rankings video out tomorrow as well. Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna do the form.
You need to do the form, guys. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up this week. James, Nathan, thanks for joining me. Thanks for coming on as always. And peace.